Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I'm meeting some mathematicians for a meetup here at the college in the near future. So I've been working on some mathematical pattern art. This is a pattern that I hope this is called Pythagorean tree, but I also hope to do this with anodizing as well. I'm thinking either get a giant plate of tantalum, but short of that, another thing I might do is get smaller plates of these sizes. That way, each plate could be its own color, and then that would be a little bit easier to do, but a little bit less impressive. But I started by coloring it as well. Not very trivial to do. The accuracy was a big one to get this just right, and even then, it wasn't very accurate. But it's imperfect in its own way, so that's good as well. Later, I'll probably do this one as well. This is the Spropinski's carpet. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. I've been on a little bit of a weird mental melt up kind of situation. I'll explain why it's a melt up in a moment. What had happened was I've been having unfortunate events. First, I misplaced my camera with a lot of important photos. I still hope I can find it. And then earlier this week, I noticed that my ex-girlfriend is getting married. Now, I'm not very upset about my ex-girlfriend getting married, actually, but I still want to not think about it and think about something else. So I got really busy with all of my art projects, metal casting, anodizing, and now the coloring, the mathematical patterns. Later today, I'll probably, since it was very difficult to get the accuracy right, what I'm thinking of doing is writing a computer program to calculate all the coordinates first. That way I can plot it out and then connect the dots. That would probably increase the accuracy a little bit. But I'm trying to take my mind off of everything else that's been going on. I picked up some gig work that I found on Facebook Marketplace as well, and I'm kind of burning out from that. This past week, you can hear that I lost my voice. What had happened was I was really burnt out. And one day, while stuck in traffic, I screamed out of the top of my lungs just to relieve some tension. And it was all good except that I seriously injured my voice. It's been 3.5 days actually since I screamed like that. I'm a little bit concerned what I did to myself. But so it's kind of like a mental meltdown, but it's all positive stuff. And so that's why I'm calling it a mental melt up. But it's getting a little bit out of hand too, so I don't know what to do about it. What was really nice was that, so here at Central Arizona College, we're in Apache Junction. I went to look at some housing here in Apache Junction, and I was kind of trying to take my mind off of my ex-girlfriend being married and all that. And that was good. It made the negotiating the housing work out really well, which is really good. I negotiated a better deal. I put my best foot forward talking to the prospective roommate, and it's just weird. It's a mental situation, but it's an upward situation. That's why I call it a melt up. But unfortunately, it's getting a little bit out of hand too. And so I don't know if I'm using the right terminology here when I say that I have a mental melt up, but that's how I'm feeling. I'm trying to get the most out of it. I have a funny story about, see, I often have dreams at night that later at least rhyme, maybe not come true, but at least rhyme. I didn't realize that my ex-girlfriend was engaged to get married. I didn't realize that. But a couple months ago, I dreamt that she and I had a fallout of some sort. I was upset at her. I was making a lot of metal casting art, right? You guys know that. I dreamt that I gave her a frame of crystals, but they were made of a radioactive material, and I hung it in her bedroom wall as revenge. And the crystals were slowly killing her. Her hair was falling out. She was getting sick, and nobody knew why. But it was the crystals that I hung on her wall that were slowly killing her. I don't know why I would dream about something like that. I wasn't upset at her. I still am not upset at her. But I dreamt about that. And fast forward, I think that dream was like, I want to say it was during the last winter. So it was 6, 7 months ago that I had dreamt that. I'm not sure what you would make a crystal out of that you could hang on somebody's wall to slowly kill them. It would have to give off gamma radiation. Uh, and it would also have to be something that would be somewhat castable, right? About the closest thing I can think of, maybe polonium 209, because it gives off uh, positron radiation, which then reacts with regular matter to make gamma rays. And I would imagine it would form somewhat meltable crystals as well. And but good luck trying to get away with it, right? Polonium 209 has a pretty long half life. All right, continue to pray for me, pray for my art career, and pray that my mental health, even though it's a melt up, it's still out of hand. So pray for some stability there. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum.